Hello, hello, and welcome to a new series of Crusader Kings 3. My name is Liz, or Luna, and together we're going to be forming the Kingdom of Bene-Israel. Bene-Israel is an Indian Jewish kingdom that follows the Malabari faith and Kochinim culture, and it's only available by special decision in CK3. This is going to be a long-form series, meaning that it's pretty much unedited, and I'm going to be taking you through all my thought processes on role-playing our character and talking through most of the decisions that we make. And if you're having deja vu, I have attempted this decision before, but at the time I was having some technical difficulties that have since been resolved. Yay! Since it's been a hot minute since then, I'm doing a hard reboot of the campaign, but my initial approach will probably be mostly the same. All that said, enjoy the journey, and let's get on with the gameplay. Alright, so here we are in the game. I don't know if you can take this special decision with an 867 start, but for sure it is easiest to do with starting in 1066, and maybe you even have to. But let's go ahead and pick our own ruler, seeing as we are not going to start as one of the bookmarked characters. So we are going to start the game as the Duke of the Cheraraj, and I believe he has some randomized aspects of him to start off with. So it probably will be end up being somewhat of a different run than our previous attempt, because there's always some element of randomness, right? Especially with characters who don't have like a solid starting set of traits. So we were going to be Raja Irakaraka of the Cheraraj, and let's just hop on in. I've set all of my game rules to default, and I actually am playing this on vanilla. I usually use mods like Rice and Viet, and I have a couple of others, but right now, at the moment, I am playing just vanilla, so anything you see here should be something you could mechanically replicate. So let's go ahead and start the game, and that all looks good. Okay, let's get into it. There is always quite a bit to take a look at right off the bat. I should say that for this special decision that we are ultimately going to take, we will need to be Jewish, as I mentioned. However, we do not start out as Jewish, and probably the achievement could be made a lot. It's not actually an achievement, but the decision could be taken a lot faster if you made a custom ruler who was already Jewish or Malabari. But I felt like I didn't really want to do that, just because I think it's fun to try to take one of the starting characters through that journey. So it adds a little bit of an extra layer of challenge and interestingness, if interestingness is a word. So let's take a look at all the things that we have going on to start out with. I am unmarried. My heir, who is my half-brother, is unmarried. So I will need an heir for sure. I need to choose a lifestyle, and I need to figure out how I'm going to get myself or my heir to be Jewish. So I think I probably won't become Jewish. I think what is probably going to happen is that I'm going to end up having an heir and educating them into being Malabari. So I'll find them a Malabari guardian or tutor, and then have them change my heir's faith. as compared to mine, which I could, if I am able to, I could try to find a Malabari wife. Or I could try to just invite one into my court. And let's see, Malabarism. Oh, there are actually quite a few Malabari lasses that I could choose from as a wife if that was something I was interested in doing. I don't really know how I should choose, except I think it makes sense that I would like them to have at least something in common with me, and probably be Indian instead of like Cochineem or Tamil instead of Radhanite. Radhanite, I think, is more of the sort of Khazaria area, and Turkey sort of influence of Jewish culture, whereas Cochineem is the culture that we will eventually be as when we are ultimately the ruler of Bene-Israel. I believe when you take the decision to form Bene-Israel, you become Cochineem, or Tamil, which is our current culture and the culture of most of the people in our current region. But I think that I have spoken enough, because I think we already know what we need to do. If you haven't noticed yet, as you've been watching the screen, if you've been watching the screen, you'll see that Nimutikal, this beautiful woman, is now, this is, I won't say risky, right? Because we can do whatever we want. But she's 44, so the likelihood of her having a baby before she is no longer fertile is very low. She has 1 to 2 years of childbearing left, so we really only have one chance. But she's a genius, and she's temperate and lustful and arrogant. And arrogant isn't good. I said it like it was good. It's not. But she's temperate, which I think we also are. Yes, we are. So we should get along okay, and she's lustful, so she hopefully will want to have a child. And to top it all off, even if we can't get a child out of her, she still will be an excellent tutor for our eventual heir, even if they are ultimately from a different mother. And she will be also fairly good at being our spouse in terms of being on our council, because she's a genius, so her skills are high in most things. That being the case, let's just go ahead and send that proposal. I'm going to make time go pretty slowly at first, because I really do want to kind of get us off to a good start. I could go into stewardship as my focus, but I actually have most of the things I would want out of stewardship anyway, and since my current ruler, since Yirakaraka's life is in the origin of the tales of the rulers of Bene-Israel, I think that Yirakaraka's role is sort of as the progenitor, I guess, of the, or like the originator of the dynasty that would ultimately follow after him. But it's not really about him, right? Because he's not going to become Jewish. He is not going to form Bene-Israel. So it's really going to be a tale of his children and grandchildren, which means for me that I think I want to choose diplomacy, so that we can take him down family hierarch. And also so that I can choose a fertility focus so we can have a child. Both before we die, because we're old, and before our wife, once we are wed, is no longer fertile. So that's what I'm doing. I am not employing a court physician. That's always great to do off the bat. I could choose my half-brother. He's kind of scary. He's sadistic, paranoid, and cynical. I feel like those are not qualities I would really look for in a court physician. So what we can do is we can check for unmarried adults in our court. Oh, we actually already have a competent physician. He's a monk. He is learned. He's competent, but I feel like we might be able to find someone better. Let's see if we can find anyone better. I could look for someone. Let's just see for my nephew, I guess. It doesn't super matter. And are any of you lovely ladies, any of you Malabari ladies, physicians? No, not particularly. So let's just type in physician here and see if we can't find at least one. She's also a bit scary. Or I could look for a male physician for my courtier Karumanikam. No, there are no male physicians. Alright, well, I guess then I'll just make it my... let's make it Kumaran, because he's got a little less of a frightening personality. And he's also average, and also has a 16 learning, so their skill will be about the same, but he, I feel like, is less likely to do weird experiments on me. I don't know. Our counselors could be quite a bit better. Let's see. Who is going to be my best marshal? Our current marshal would actually be much better as our spy master. So let's swap those two. And then unfortunately, Ramakuta, I think... Are you good at anything? You're really good at learning, but I don't think I can assign you as a learned man. I'm so sorry. You're also quite good at being a chancellor, though, so actually let's put Ramakuta as my chancellor. And then we have the issue of our marshal. So, Venata Dikal, you are not, frankly, good at anything. I'm so sorry to say so. But let's assign Kantan Kumaran as our marshal with an 11, which is equal to what Ramakuta had. He was our marshal. We might have an angry, powerful vassal, but we're just gonna have to deal with that for a little bit. And then Ranatita, our half-brother, let's assign you as our steward. I'll have 2 upset powerful vassals. I love upsetting my powerful vassals. It just, you know, makes me feel so Crusader Kings. And then I guess let's have Kumaran as our Purohit, because Zutse just does not have such good learning. Stops endorsing me. Oh, well, that's because someone else is endorsing me, I assume. Okay, we're almost ready to let the time unpause. Now what I could do is I could see if Karuma Nikam has any marriage prospects that would be good knights for me. just gonna take a sip of tea real quick, and then we'll take a look, or maybe I'll do that while we're taking a look at some knights. Alright. Let's sort by prowess, and then we can potentially filter by martial, too. Danielle? Treacherous villain, eh? I don't really want too many of those in my court, you know what I mean? But maybe if I take the decision to invite Shorveers, some will come, and perhaps Kurumini Kam can marry one of them instead. Now, I don't know how interesting it is for you all to watch, but something that I really enjoy doing, just when I'm playing personally and in general, I really like finding good courtiers and marrying off my unmarried courtiers and all these things. I just find it to be really fun. And also like ways to get really excellent skilled people in your court. So I'm gonna do a bit of that. If it ever becomes too boring or too much, let me know, but I'll try to walk through like the decisions behind like why I'm choosing certain people and all that. So I'm gonna let time unpause, I think. And our wife will come, and then hopefully our wife will come, if you know what I mean. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Rani Nimatikal. Hello! Okay, now I'm so sorry to immediately be doing this, but I need a bebe, and preferably a genius bebe with you, my darling. And perhaps it will happen without even having to seduce her. She is lustful, and, you know, I think that, yeah, we like each other fairly well, so it should be fairly fruitful. My heir is unmarried. So true. I should also find... Because the thing is, we're quite old, so we may end up dying quite soon, in which case we would be Irakatita, and so on and so forth. We would be his heirs and whatnot, so we should find him a good wife as well. But maybe I will use him to make an alliance. The first thing that I'm going to do militarily is, eventually we're going to need this strip of land, which is the westernmost coast of the Kalyani Chalukya Raj, or kingdom. But we're not there yet, even remotely. So, but the Maldives is currently independent, but it is de jure part of the Chera Raj, which is my duchy. So I do want to conquer it, and, or rather bring it under our umbrella as is legally correct. And I may have enough people to do it by myself at the moment, but I would feel better with an alliance. So I just want to see who's available, but preferably not anyone in the Kalyani Chalukya kingdom, because I am going to have to go to war with them eventually. But I am... Oh, those are so far away. I want someone fairly close so they can come to my aid quickly, which I think is perhaps going to be this Yahasini Disanayake from what I believe is Sri Lanka. And she will be married to my brother, not matrilineally. Everything looks good here. That will get us an alliance. And then, once she comes on over... Ooh, I got a new nickname. All of a sudden, I've barely done anything. My liege, have you heard what they call you? My Rani Nimatikal says to me while biting her lip. They call you Raja Ira Karaka The Shaivite. Spectacular, is it not? It's on the lips of peasant and noble alike. A cause for celebration, I think, Nima Tikal exclaims with a cheery tone. It's somewhat ironic that we're being named for our religion when we are in fact plotting to change our religion. But, you know, I'll take it. I'll take a cool nickname. Okay, excellent. So we have an alliance. I'm so sorry, but I do want the Maldives, please, and thank you. So I am just gonna do this super quick, and I do think it will be super quick. Let's let our armies raise, and let's call our allies. We might not even have needed them, quite frankly, but I just feel better starting off on the right foot and having it be an easy victory, I guess. So let's hop on over here. And I could go straight to their capital, but I'm not going to because I think I would get a disembarkation penalty, which I don't want. Gosh. You, Idaraja, just don't look like the best knight that I could have. You literally are just the minimum amount of prowess that is required for you to appear, so I think I'm gonna wait for someone else. I only have like 2 women in my court, and one is already married, I think, so we could make this go a lot faster. Hang on. I do tend to play the game on a pretty slow mode, but I think for playing it for other people, I might try to go a bit faster so that you guys don't get so terribly bored. Let's let the disembarkation penalty tick off a little bit before we head over there. We might... Oop. Greetings, Raja Irakaraka of Chera. I must demand that you send your brother Ranatita to my court as a hostage. This is the best guarantee of peace. Gosh. I mean, I don't plan on going to war with the Chola anytime soon. In fact, if they would be my allies, that would be great. So I guess I'll just accept. It doesn't say what happens if I decline, but I'll accept. I'll try to get some goodwill going with the Chola, because I don't want to be super antagonistic towards them. I'm not super fussed that we didn't catch these guys before they embarked, because I think that they will have a disembarkation penalty by the time that we arrive. And ours will have ticked off, and our allies are coming, just in case. So this should be super easy. And then all we have to do is, assuming we don't capture the liege, which we didn't. I don't even know if he was in the army. Oh yeah, he was in the army, but that's okay. We didn't capture him, but now all we have to do is hang out in siege for a little while, and then we should be good to go. I won't forget you, Ranatita. I promise I won't forget you. Oh, but that does mean I need a good steward, which I suppose will be my nephew, Kuatakara. Do you want a wife, by the way? I'm just wondering. Let's see, what alliance power could we get? We zoom out to see where everyone is. I need to zoom out a little bit more even. None of these people must be terribly nearby, huh? just not seeing anything on the map. So I don't think there are really any good options in the near vicinity. Unless I'm being totally silly. Okay, you're all the way up there. You're over here. Oh, actually, this might be good, but she's lowborn, so how do you have 81 troops? Oh, you're a baron. I see. I see. All of these are not worth it to me, alliance-wise, so I might as well just search by other criteria. How about let's try to get someone skilled into our court? I think that seems reasonable. And we can let time tick a little bit while this is happening. So that's pretty small. I think I want to try to get someone with good learning in. Oh, Lakshmi. Or I could look for another Malabari lass. There's... Let's see, you are fairly learned. Let's get Sela in. So... speed up the time a little bit so that our siege goes faster. Ugh, our wife's 45. Oh no! Come on! Miracle baby at the cusp of fertility, please. I could be totally a dingus-dongus for even trying to do that, but oh well, she'll still be a good tutor. Greetings, Irakaraka of Chera. I have heard good things about you, and I'm interested in starting a written conversation. I hope this letter finds you willing, for I'm awaiting your swift reply. This is... the Maharaja of the kingdom I will have to take land from, eventually. But as my heir, probably, so this should be fine. I will exchange letters with him. Yeah, absolutely. Alright, what subject should he and I discuss? He seems like a very military man. Yeah, please tell me about military strategies. You're so smart about military matters. You have greatly misjudged me if you think sycophantry will get you anywhere. I see now your words are as empty as your skull, and to think I used to value your friendship. Sorry, whatever. I don't need to be friends with you. Oh no. Okay. A little disagreement between my courtiers. My current Purohit and my fired Purohit are arguing. And another thing, you cloistered bastard, shrieks Zuzutse, laying into Kumaran for what must easily be their third screaming match of the day. I ignore their bickering despite the volume, continuing on past. The two are constantly arguing, and, though loud, they're ultimately harmless. I've got bigger things to worry about than some little spat between courtiers. They might end up being rivals, but that's... if they want a duel for it, that's fine with me. Oh, another... Okay, hang on. Pause. Another potential Purohit has... not Purohit, Shorveer has arrived. You're much better than the other guy, but okay. Is it just me, or is, like, everyone in India this, campaign sadistic? Like, I have played in India before, and I was not surrounded by so many sadists, but I feel like every single person I've looked at since we started this game, like, 20 minutes ago, everyone is just sadistic. What is going on? Okay. But I could still have you in my court, and it would be fine. Let's see, I only have one woman. And you would accept to be matrilineally married to her, so let's just do that. Let's enforce demands for this, to bring the Maldives under our domain, to spend our armies. And my wife is still 45. I'm not giving up until she's literally 46. But I will soon. I should actually start finding other spouses regardless, because I am so old. I'm really old. I mean, 67, listen, in today's society, 67 is the new, 40 or whatever. But for us, I feel like, especially without a learning lifestyle, we just, yeah, let's even do this. She has a high learning, and she's feckin'. So Nayana Devi, let's bring you in as my alternate wife, I guess. Come on in. And oh, I do want to do grand tournaments and tours this campaign. I think this would be a great tall campaign and like touring and tournamenting campaign, but I don't have enough money to do that right now, so I'm just gonna take it off my sort of list of things. So it doesn't remind me constantly that I need to do that. Now, I haven't really gotten to figure out yet what my approach is going to be. So I can't currently see the requirements for founding Bene-Israel because I'm not Malabari, so I'm not really going to worry about it yet, but I do know it includes this area. Oh, they gave me my brother back. Yay, thank you. And he is married and his wife is pregnant. Okay, great. So if all else fails, if I die without a child, my brother, who is my heir, will have a child, and all will be well. My wife is still 45. Oh my god. Okay, I'm paused. I do feel like I should, I guess, make nice with my vassals. Because I did fire a couple of them, I think, and they probably didn't like that. So maybe I should have a feast. I'm informed by the guard that my brother Ranatita approaches Vembanad, though it seems it was only yesterday he departed for Chola. We embrace at the gates. You must tell me everything, my brother. Was it terrible? There is so much to catch up on. Aw, that's sweet. Okay, let's have a little feasty feast. I'm just gonna start slow, get to know all of our people who are in our court and, our vassals and everything. And as our honorary guest, I think it makes sense to, if he's coming. Is he coming? Maldives guy, hang on. He might not be coming because he might hate me so much, but... Oh, my vassal Vinata Dikal has grown bolder. His challenges no longer pass unnoticed among my vassals. Okay, so I'm gonna try to socially manipulate him. Not my best look, but let's see. I believe that he is self-conscious and cares about what others think. He clearly does. He's ambitious. He's weak-minded or keeps it to himself? No, that doesn't seem like him. He's conscientious, or at least wants people to think well of him. I feel like because he's arrogant, let's do this. Because it makes him look bad, and he wants everyone to think he's so awesome, right? But I didn't do it. So I'm so sorry that I did that. But my question was going to be, Maldives is run by Mahasandura of the Maldives. Let's see if we can get him to come to our feast. And if we can, we could make him our honorary guest, which I just think would be good because, you know, we're sort of like celebrating him coming under our umbrella, but he does not seem to want to come. My vassals are all invited. What if I uninvite courtiers and uninvite close family? I don't know, just to see. No, he just doesn't want to come. So, fine, whatever. In that case, I will try to appease Venata Dikal, who I just was mean to, so that hopefully we can mend our relations with him a little bit. And we'll start that feast. The servants run across the hall, bringing the final decorations. Some of the guests are yet to arrive as I indulge myself with a delicious drink by the fire. Oh, I seem to have spotted some baked truffles already. We have a lovely time ahead of us. Beautiful. Okay, so we'll let that feast happen. I'm not gonna have a child with my beautiful wife. So, whatever. Why are you rolling your eyes at me? I need... Okay, and therefore I don't care about seducing her. Whatever, I'll seduce you. No. Why? Predicted success chances... Hold up. Wait. 0 success chance because she's paranoid and she's patient and we're impatient? Oh god. Okay, I am cursed to not have a child with this character. I didn't think it would be so hard. What about... Let's see. Not someone patient. Everyone seems patient around here. What about Baby Bye? Oh my god, she's so cute. Look at her glasses. She's funny. I love her. She's 43. I can't be doing this again. Okay. Rudrama Devi. I just don't know what's happening. It's so hard to find a compatible wife. It shouldn't be this hard. At least I can get married to so many people. I can have up to 4 wives, so alright, I have a niece. Mankavi. Sure, it's a nice name. Yeah. Will you be the future of my dynasty? I don't know, honestly. I seriously have no clue. Oh, gosh. I don't even know what I should... I guess, can I seduce Rudrama Devi? I can. But can I? Like, technically I can. Will I live that long? Will I be successful? I don't know. Also, the fact that our age difference is like 1 million is kind of skeezy, but I'm choosing not to acknowledge it because this is the Middle Ages. So, there you go. And we're still having a feast. The guests are gathered in the great hall, lords and ladies from near and far reaches of the realm. I must admit that not being able to bring weapons detracts from the appeal of the celebration. What? I love weapons, I guess? The mood is bright and spirits are high as the feast begins. Okay, feel like it's weird that I mentioned, weapons. Especially because it's my feast, so if I wanted to have weapons at my feast, I literally could just say, everyone bring your explosives or whatever. As one plate of food is replaced by the next, my acquaintance Yosef, who is the courtier of my vassal, goes on and on about investment opportunities. And that was how we salvaged that mess. Are you sure I'm not boring you, my lord? I could have had an interesting conversation, which improves my diplomacy and learning. Or I could try to form a friendship with him. He's not really relevant to me, but please go on. I would love to know about investment opportunities. Something I have never said. The great table seating the upper nobility on the dais gave a loud crack, and a moment later it gave in under the weight of food and gilded decoration. Hang on, just one sec. I would like to mention this man looks like Santa Claus. As my most distinguished guests and I had to be fitted in among the lower nobility, I ended up close to my acquaintance, Pankavan. I'm not sure also if this little tilde above the N, like, I know in Spanish what it does, but when there's not a vowel after it, I'm not exactly sure what to do with it. If anyone knows, let me know. And also just in general, if you're watching and have any pronunciation advice, please correct me or link me, because I am not well versed in Indian names. I'll try my best, but it's not something I know a whole lot about. As high nobles mingled with their lessers, words of both friendship and enmity were exchanged among people who rarely associate. Pankavan and I ended up talking all evening and agreed it should not be the last time we feasted and laughed in each other's company. What a great night. Oh yay, I got a friend. He does seem like a nice guy. And actually he's pretty good martially. I wonder if he would be interested in coming to my court somehow. Is there anything more jovial than a good feast? Guests throng to and fro, eating and chatting while flickering torchlight plays off every wall, light bouncing like laughter around the hall. A solid banquet is one of the few environments where you rarely have to wait for anything. Want food? It's there. Need a drink? They'll pour you one. Fancy a chat? Good company is everywhere. Bliss. Sometimes it's nice to simply sit back and enjoy the little things in life. I'm not stressed, I don't think, so I will say good folk to mingle with here, and hopefully everyone will gain some opinion of me. As my guests leave, they seem to depart in good spirits. I am also relieved to see that Rani Nimatikal does not depart without saying farewell. We both know we will be seeing each other again soon. Yeah, I'll see you at home. Because we're married. My lord, the wine. We cracked open the next barrel. It has gone bad. It has all gone bad. The feast is still raging, but without drink. The mood is sure to dwindle at a cruel pace. This one is a classic. And we don't have that much money, so we all have to pitch in. Come on now. Let's put my marshal on training commanders for the moment. The feast is starting to draw to a close, and my visitors are surely expecting me to lavish a little attention on Samantha Vinatatikal, our esteemed guest of honor. Traditionally, a complimentary toast and a deep drink of soma does the trick. Then again, all Vinatatikal did was turn up. The feast was my idea. I paid for everything, and I hosted everyone. But no, I said I would honor him, and honor him I shall. I have no interest in being an butthole. So, yeah, I will toast to him. And hopefully our relations will improve a little bit. I don't need a lot of money at the moment, so I am just gonna put my steward on developing our capital. Which I believe is here. No. Yes. No. What? Mahoyadapuram. God. That was the worst thing I've ever said. I am so sorry. Vembanad is my county. Jesus. Yes. Increase development there, please, while I finish this feast. Few candles survive after the last of the guests have left. I can hear a pair of servants letting out sighs of relief after the doors close. The food is still warm on the ceramic plates. Soon, word will reach every corner of the realm, and every noble worth their salt will know that my magnificence is unparalleled. With all my guests leaving my castle with the entire contents of my vast pantry in their bellies, I'm proud to say that the feast was a success. I have my wife, Rudrama Devi, to thank for much of its success, and I feel nothing but gratitude as she sees the last of the guests off. And with that, it's all done. Okay. And that was it. And let's just see if... Yeah, everyone likes me a little bit more, except for poor Mahasandura. Which is fair, because I did go to war with him. I'm feeling rather hopeless about having a child in my lifetime. Which, honestly, whatever. I have a niece that I can pin all my hopes and dreams on, if need be. My Marshal Kantan Kumaran has been showing off a promising new recruit. Anikanga. He's not the most amazing, but honestly, any chance to have new courtiers, I'm totally fine with. And if we find spouse for him, is there anyone interesting hanging around? I'm just gonna check for Malabari folks again. Anat is slow, so maybe not. Or we could check for someone maybe with good stewardship, just because. Yeah, how about this other Rudrama Devi? I'm married to Rudrama Devi. You're married to one. Okay. Let's see what things we can do. We should station our men-at-arms regiment. I meant to do that a while ago, but I got distracted because, of course, I only have one county, sadly, so I can only station them in this one county. And do I have any buildings I could construct if I had the money? Because that's something I could do as a steward. I could try to... I have some stewardship skills I could try to leverage to get some better buildings in while I'm still this character for however long that lasts. I do think I want to focus probably on archers as my main men-at-arms, because we have these pakes, and then also elephantry probably at some point, obviously. Oh my gosh, yay, Nayana Devi is bearing my child. Thank you, I'm so excited. Oh, that's so cool. I'm so excited. Okay. But right now, I don't have enough money to build any buildings, so I'm not going to worry about it. I could create an accolade. I could. Should I? Ira Sintira. You're also paranoid and sadistic and vengeful. Dear God, what is going on? I don't understand. Everyone is paranoid and sadistic. It's wild. What about you? What? Besieger? Ooh. That's yummy. Do I have any? I do have mangonels. Ooh, okay. Marauder. Prestige per dread. I'm not very dreadful, generally, so maybe not. I do like Besieger, but what? I don't have anyone I can arrange marriage to you with, do I? Not really. Oh, I do have a couple of new courtiers. Hang on. How are these kids? Let's sort by age, I guess. My courtier, aw. The child of my... Oh. Oh no, she died in childbirth, leaving behind only this young lass. I love her. Umayalvar? Umayalvar? And Makavi is my niece, and then Impana Yarpatan is the child of, yeah, some of my other knights. Okay, I love having kids running around. Let's take that perk and put it in Groom to Rule, which we eventually will have children. I believe it takes place retroactively, so... Oh my gosh, I have a daughter! Puvanti! Oh, I love her so much. Let's see, I want to find a good name for her. Ooh, I like Rakataviar. If you did watch the previous iteration of my attempt at this campaign, I believe Rakataviar was our main character's sister or someone important to us. I definitely remember we had a lovely Rakataviar. So I think that's what I want her to be called. And yeah, designating a selfless regent now may help your daughter and heir if you die too early. I definitely am on the cusp of death, just like in general. I mean, I'm 69. It's a nice age, but maybe a little too nice. And my current regent is actually my wife, who is selfless, and she will be my daughter's guardian because she's still a Malabari and she is genius. So let's actually, just in case I forget, I don't think I would, but let's have her educate Rakataviar and convert faith. Let's just get that going. And hopefully, because Nima Tikal is a genius, hopefully our daughter will get an even better education than she would otherwise. So that all looks good. Oh, I don't have to still be seducing her, but it might be nice to have more than one child. I think let's see, she is forgiving, gluttonous, and trusting. So what would make an impression on her? I think she appreciates physical pleasures, or at the very least poetry. Maybe she's learned. I think she appreciates architecture, or perhaps, I think, poetry on the joys of life. Yeah, she is gluttonous, so she enjoys the joys of life, and she is learned, so she might enjoy poetry. She's unsure as to the reason why I sent her a gift like this, but she took note of it. Bad impressions. Maybe it was too on the nose. Maybe I was like, you like poetry about food because you're always eating? And she's like, fuck you, don't talk about my habits like that. That's really awkward and gross. Which would be fair of her. I could have a wet nurse. My wife is only average, but she's my wife, and I believe the mother of my child, so sure. I don't know if it's a wet nurse, if it's literally the mother of the child in question, but, you know, we're just gonna go with it. My brother can marry... Oh, wait. This is not my heir brother. Ranatita and... Oh, I have two brothers and I mixed up their names. Irakatita and Ranatita. Okay, so Ranatita is not married because I think I maybe just never married him to anyone. What if we did just prestige gain and chose someone who maybe isn't a literal child? I don't want to accidentally form an alliance with the Kalyani is the only thing, so let's just make sure that she is not from that area. And of the Solanki, where's the Solanki? Oh, that's up there, and actually, that might be useful. So let's do it for the Alliance. I am so sorry, little child. Don't worry, he will be dead before you're an adult, so you will not have to worry about it. And not matrilineal, send proposal. The reason why I check so much the matrilineal versus not is because I usually play female-dominated kingdoms. So, like, I reform a faith that is female-dominated and usually have female preference, and so I usually am trying to make sure things are matrilineal, but in this case, I have to kind of think about it the opposite way. Now, my wife is not an option as a court tutor because... Why? Nimatical. She's not even in the list. Is it because she's my wife? I honestly don't know. I don't think I have any filters on. I don't see why I would. Maybe I'll hold off on appointing a court tutor for the moment. Caravan master. Yeah. Anikunga looks great. He's a very safe caravan master. We love that. And we can't have some of these because presumably because we're not a king yet. One of the other requirements that I am aware of for the decision to form Bene-Israel is you cannot be a king. You have to be a duke or lower in order to form that kingdom via decision, which is what caused me to fail my very first attempt ever at this decision, because I accidentally became a king, which is surprisingly easy to do in Crusader Kings. Alright, I've been paused for some time, which I didn't realize. I'm so sorry. I've formed an alliance with the Solanki Kingdom, which is great. Now, I'm not going to do this, but I do just want to see. I could, no, I'm not going to as this character, but I think our move, once we are our heir, whoever that ends up being, whether it is Rakataviar or someone else, our next move will be to fabricate claims on these little pieces of land over here. So Kanara and Konkan, and then north of there, and we will start fabricating claims on those so that we can go to war for those claims with the Kalyani Chalukya. The reason why I am not fabricating the claims yet is because fabricated claims are only unpressed. And I don't think I'm going to live long enough to really press them in a meaningful way. I would rather just bide my time and fabricate the claim as my heir and then press it as my heir once we are a little more stable and strong. But I think what I'm going to do is maybe make time go a little faster so that we can get closer to becoming our heir. And I do have a Selfless Regent, so I feel okay about that. I could, oh, the Accolade thing, yeah. I don't want to do that yet. I don't feel like I have any knights that deserve it at the moment. My wife, who I'm trying to seduce, Rudrama Devi, is trying to suggest a reading. A clerk soon arrives, wondering what the guests would like to hear, and I see my chance to impress Rudrama Devi. So I could choose something pious. She wants to hear about religion. Maybe, maybe not. I think she wants to hear something entertaining or something informative. I'm going to go with something entertaining. Let's be entertained. Travels to Jerusalem. She's completely engrossed. She later approaches me. Good choice, Irakaraka, she says, and nods energetically. And we gain smoldering chemistry. Okay, that's great. And let's see, what other decisions could I do at this point? I don't want to spend too much money, because I think I actually want to save my money for building something. Maybe a duchy building. Which I will just sort of look through while we wait for other things to happen in the background. Most of my land is gonna be jungle, I feel like. Yeah, jungle, 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 and all of my current is jungle. A little bit of plains, but mostly jungle. So, is there anything? Oh, lovely. The servants have all been sent away, and our bed has been decorated with roses. As Rani Rudrama Devi enters our chambers, she smiles unwarily and joins me without any hesitation. With the help of hands, mouths, and limbs, we reaffirm the devotion we swore before Shiva, perhaps in a more carnal fashion than intended. As we were united in marriage, we are now united in heart, and we become lovers. Yay! So cool. I don't suspect. Oh, there is something that has elephantry. Jousting grounds. Oh, I think I would like to have jousting grounds as my duchy building because, and I can't construct it yet, and might not be able to in this lifetime. But the stationed elephantry toughness and damage is good. I do want to make elephantry better. And grand tournament costs. The host of costing. Oh my god. The cost of hosting grand tournaments is lessened for jousts and horse races. So I think I would like to do that. Plus a little bit less men-at-arms maintenance. I think that's what I'm going to go for. And then what are some of the later versions of this? Tournament grounds and royal tournament arenas. I think that is awesome. I think that's what I want to do. But I don't have the money to do that. Greetings, Raja Irakaraka of Chera. I've heard good things about you. Another person wants to be my friend, but like, do you really? I will exchange letters with you, but the last guy didn't enjoy it, so I'm just warning you right now. You might not either. Oh, we actually are growing closer. It is so rare to find a true friend. Aw, that's nice. I'm glad somebody likes me. Oh, my daughter's first teething. With my leave, my daughter Rakatavia and her wet nurse parade into my chamber. Nyana Devi poses like a herald and proclaims, "My liege, you witness a monumental occasion. Rakatavia has a mighty gift to offer you." She nudges her forward. "Go ahead, Rakatavia, tell him." "Father, I lost a tooth." My daughter proudly presents her toothless smile, handing me a pouch with the fallen tooth inside. I could pay her for the tooth. I don't think I need a tooth. Lovely, but keep your tooth as a good charm. Oh gosh. I became his friend, but then he still wants to know if we have enjoyable correspondence. So let's see. Hopefully he will like me more than the other guy. Forgiving, brave, stubborn, and naive appeaser. I think he likes realm administration. Oh, leading with a topic you are knowledgeable about, or I've heard rumors this topic because it's close to his heart. I guess I'll lead with a topic I'm knowledgeable about. I don't know. It's the opposite of what I did before, so maybe that will work better. Waiting anxiously for his response. Oh, come on. He likes me less, but he's still my friend. So, whatever. I'm not, am I? No, I only have a diplomacy of 9. I'm not the best people person that ever existed. My courtier Umayalvar is curious, so diplomacy or learning for her. And her diplomacy is already going to be pretty good because she's pretty, so I think let's educate her in diplomacy with whoever is... let's not choose my wife in case we need a relative to educate her, but we'll also... Oh, here's another thing. Since I'm starting to educate the children in my court, I'm going to pause real quick while I tell you this. The other thing that I want to do in this campaign is, because we are going to be playing as a Jewish faith, and because in Judaism there's not really proselytizing or like forced conversion, not like forced conversion is not exactly the word I was looking for, like I'm Jewish, just by the way, and we don't like ask people to convert. I'm a convert also, by the way, but that was by choice. And so you can convert by choice, but no one is ever required or asked to convert, and I want to sort of carry that aspect of Judaism over into Crusader Kings. Sometimes in Crusader Kings it can be really like hard to play in a realm where you're not converting everyone to your faith, because different faith opinion means nobody likes you. But that's just a burden we're going to have to bear. So my strategy, if you can call it a strategy, is going to be not to ever demand conversion of anyone, either just like people in my court or when letting people out of prison or anything like that. I'm not going to demand conversion. However, I will probably be educating the children in my court, so both my children and my courtier's children, and even maybe my vassal's children, if we ever are the guardian of vassal's children, will educate them into Judaism. So it's sort of like a generational passing on, education-wise, instead of like conversion as a mechanic. So we'll still try to spread Judaism without our, throughout our realm, obviously, but without converting. because that's not really accurate. And that's all I have to say about that. So, that said, let's try to have Mayalvar become Malabari, and actually Kochim too. Why not? Since we're just educating her straight from the get-go. Let's send proposal. Get that started. And Mankavi, my niece. Yeah, we can also have Namatikal educate you for the moment. Sorry, I kind of was thinking, having a brain fart. I still only have one child. My Marshal Kantan Kumaran has been showing off a promising new recruit. Vidyarasan is okay, but he shall serve me. I shall find a use for pretty much, especially in early game, I could find a use for pretty much anyone. I'm just gonna randomly marry this quick woman, this quick, lustful woman, because children. Take a real sip of my tea before I read this here. As I lean over the map in the council chamber, a sudden creak turns my head toward the door. My daughter Rakataviar appears in the hallway, toddling up to me at a surprising speed for her age. She wraps herself firmly around my leg, hugging me tight and leaning her head back up to look at me. I look at her, a hidden tear in my eye while my hand is stroking her hair, in an effort to reciprocate the gesture. You're a good daughter. I do love her. Hurry, my liege, you have to hear this. The wet nurse, Nayana Devi, rushes me into my daughter and heir's chambers. Nayana Devi points at Rakataviar in excitement, so I lean towards her and listen. Pa, how delightful. She's saying her first words. I don't want to give my child stress. Am I stressed? No. How delightful. Okay. Oh yeah, I did marry that random quick woman, by the way, that I found. Karantevi? Just because I was feeling fast and loose. Anyway, I'm gonna pause. I think this is a pretty good place to close out the first episode of this. I'm gonna try to have episodes be about between 45 minutes to an hour and a half, and it's kind of a big window, but about an hour. And yeah, so for this series, it's probably going to be mostly pre-recorded, but after I finish this campaign, I do want to do more streams and maybe like also, if not a stream or in addition to a stream, maybe also have a CK3 series that you can like leave comments on between episodes and that kind of thing. So even though this one is pre-recorded, keep an eye out and please do let me know in the comments or, you know, however, through whatever method is best for you. Please do let me know if you have any preferences for other CK3 runs you would like to see. I definitely have a lot of campaign ideas that I would love to do for you guys, and I'm pretty new to the CK3 YouTuber, I guess, scene, but yeah, I have so many ideas and I would love to hear your thoughts on what you'd be interested in, so let me know. All right, ta-ta for now, and you have a good one. Bye, y'all. Hello, and welcome to a Crusader Things. Crusader Things Fuck!